Can you blame her? Can you blame any of them? That testimony was before the Senate Judiciary Committee. Republican Senator from Louisiana, John Kennedy, serves on that committee. Senator, thank you very much for joining us today. You know, just your personal reaction as you listen to these people's stories, sir.
Well, sometimes you forget that behind the sterile crime statistics are flesh and blood, and this lady today reminded us of that. When we have these hearings, we always invite some Republican witnesses, some Democratic witnesses. The Democratic witnesses always say the same thing, that they don't believe in free will, they don't believe in responsibility, that when criminals commit crimes, it's not their fault, it's society's fault, and they shouldn't be punished. We ought to give them a bunch of money. And they always say the same thing, Martha. They're almost like Jack Nicholson in The Shining. They're crazed in their jaundiced point of view. They're a few degrees off bubble. Most Americans, most people with common sense understand that what you allow is what will continue. And the more law enforcement officials you can put on the street, the less crime you're going to have. It's not complicated. Thousands of years of human history prove that. And I don't know why my Democratic colleagues will not accept the reality.
Senator, one of your colleagues, Senator Hawley, had an exchange with a man, Gregory Jackson Jr., who has in the past talked about defunding the police. At one point, he was the executive director of community justice for a group that was funded by George Soros's Tides Foundation. Let's watch this back and forth with your colleague earlier. Okay.
I in no way stand with defunding law enforcement.
This is your report, a policymaker's playbook to reduce gun violence without policing communities. After your policies have transparently failed and led to the deaths of millions of Americans, now you say you've never heard of defunding the police. Your own report recommends it on page after page after page.
I feel like I'm looking at a two-faced individual because you talk about reducing
violence. Oh, no, sir.
Violence.
You're looking at somebody who's reading you your own words. You want to invest in gobbledygook and take away money from police officers who actually keep our communities safe, and when you're called on the record, you deny it.
Senator, your reaction to that?
Well, I know Mr. Jackson. He worked for President Biden. He believes that cops are the problem. He believes that cops are a bigger problem than criminals. He believes that if a cop has to shoot a criminal, it's automatically the cop's fault. If a criminal shoots a cop, though, it's the gun's fault. He's part of the loon wing of the Democratic Party. And they just don't believe in free will and responsibility. And as long as they're in charge, particularly in our large urban areas, we're going to continue to have crime. Look, it's not complicated. A guy in prison cannot shoot your sister. It's just very simple. Yeah. And I'm all for rehabilitating when we can, but some people are just bad. You have to separate them from society.
Yeah, I just think of this dad, you know, realizing after the fact, after his daughter's horrific murder, that this person had a rap sheet as long as his arm. I want to very quickly, Senator, just give us your recent take on this government shutdown, whether it's going to happen, and what you see at stake here.
We're going to have a shutdown because Senator Schumer and the Democrats want one. It will be further evidence that human evolution is a slow process. There's no reason for the shutdown. What we've asked Senator Schumer and his colleagues to approve is what we've approved 15, 20 times, but they want to shut down because the loon wing of the Democratic Party is mad at Chuck, and Chuck wants them to love him, so we're going to have a shutdown.
Okay. All right. We will watch it unfold. Thank you very much, Senator Kennedy. Always good to see you, sir.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.